Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Claudia Jordan here.
Murder.
Hey. And she came in hot this morning. Wanted to know about emotions and why people can't express their emotions. Talk to us, C. Murder.
I see a lot of people trying to play it cool when it's totally human-like and okay for them to say they're hurt, they're bothered, they feel away. People are like not with the person they love because they are too cool to say, I miss you, or I messed up, or I'm sorry. So they just replace it with alcohol, can I say the B word?
Yeah.
Other bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's everyone's walking around here just pretending instead of just being real and say, look, I miss you, or I need you, or
Right.
and not just in relationships, just across the board.
I agree with you. I think people need to grow up a little bit. I think it takes a lot of growth. You know what I mean? If something's bothering me, something bothering my kids, something bothering my wife, my family members, anybody in my immediate circle, I encourage them to say what's bothering them. Like, don't feel like they can't, or they feel like somebody will make fun of them. Yeah, we might make fun of you. No, I'm just joking. But we will have that conversation, and that's how I raise my kids. If something's bothering you, be a man or a woman to say, hey, Dad, this is what's bothering me, or to your sibling or to your mother, and the same with me. And I think that starts with growing and also not being afraid to apologize.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing. A lot of times people have pride and ego, but if you do something wrong, or if me and my wife do something wrong, or there's a situation in the house, we're not afraid to say, you know what, I apologize, I was wrong, and explain why. That's growth. That's being a man. That's being a woman. And I think a lot of times people don't want to be that way. They're ashamed, or they feel like they're going to be ridiculed. But at this point, who cares? It's as long as your household and your family knows where your heart is, F everybody else.
I think you have an advantage because you have decades of knowing each other. So there's not a fear of being judged as much as people that know each other 6 months, 3 months, 5 months, a year, whatever. You're still scared to really be your real self. And I think people got to let that go. I see so many unhappy people that one conversation about what the thing is would make them happy. Instead of me going to your social media stories and seeing the subliminal memes that you post, instead of just talking to the person you need to talk to. And I've done it myself too.
Yeah, last night I was at the Roots picnic, and a woman had a hoodie on that said vulnerability is the new sexy. And I agree with that. Like, I'm more in tune with my feelings now than I've ever been in the history of my life. And like, I think we spent all this time not feeling on purpose. Like, we were a whole culture walking around portraying an image that wasn't us. Like, there was literally a hardcore era, y'all. Correct. Like we had to be hardcore, and like men were told to suck it up, don't cry. Any pain or trauma we feel, just shake it off and keep it moving. And I feel like all we did was breed a generation of sociopaths. You know what you're doing when you're telling a group of men not to feel?
Correct.
Think about that. So every single emotion we suppressed. So,
And now it's not even
love
just,
it.
and
Feeling.
now it's not even just men, it's women. Look at what the women are saying. Like, women are representing like, I don't give a F about love, I'm just about getting money. That's not even how our DNA and our chemistry is set up.
Correct.
So if everyone's on that, what are we?
The reality is we all just a bunch of hurt people who need healing.
Right.
And that's why I'm glad to see everybody in the therapy, people dealing with their mental health, or, just trying to find ways to heal, because hurt people are hurt people. And if you walk around feeling no emotion whatsoever, right? Not allowing yourself to feel pain or whatever trauma you're going through, all you're going to end up doing is projecting that on a whole bunch of other people.
And you're going to drink and smoke your life away. And you have to go.
Absolutely.
So do you guys have anything you want to say to each other to get off your chest? Charlamagne,
I tell Envy I love him all the time.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He
goes
hugs
too
me,
far.
He grabs me from the back. Like,
That's
like
never
he
happened.
expresses his love.
That's
for me.
never happened.
And
Projection.
It's a great feeling.
I just
So you're
told
the
you about
small
projection.
spoon? Are you the small spoon?
He's definitely the small spoon.
I'm the small spoon. Yes, I am.
You're the big spoon.
But that was projection. Because I literally was about to say he loves to hug me from the back. And you hear what he said? He said I do it to him, which isn't the case. That's not true.
You do it.
We're arguing over who hugs from the back.
Yes, and he gives me these little
It's like Pride Month every time I come here with you guys. Like, every single time. Do y'all realize that?
And he gives me these little pinches on the side. That's when I know he needs to talk.
Envy.
Whenever he needs to talk, he'll pinch me on the
Envy,
side.
do you have something to say to Charlamagne?
I didn't pinch him on the side this morning.
That's a lie.
I don't know
He'll
what's wrong
pinch
with
me
him.
on the side, Claude. That's
This is the first place I haven't been sexually harassed by the men. They sexually harass each other. I feel away. Where's Bob Barker when you need him?
Where's Bob Barker? Bob Barker sexually harassed you?
No, that's the reputation. He did not. I used to work on that show.
Oh, got you. I got you.
Hello, who's this?
Bad joke, sorry.
Hello?
Hi, this is Malika.
Hey, Malika, good morning. Talk to us.
Hey, I was here to talk about the topic of the day about how people can't really express how they feel. And I feel like people can't express how they feel because they don't have that safe space. Certain people don't feel like they can confine in and they can be vulnerable with.
Well, because people think the safe space is social media, and it's not.
No, definitely not.
These people on social media don't even know you. We're always seeking validation from a bunch of strangers that don't even know us. Find your circle. Who's your circle?
Yeah, who's your circle? You have somebody you could talk to. You have a friend or a boyfriend, husband, girlfriend.
Yes, I have my best friend, Yento, and I have my godfather, who has been my father in my life, and he is definitely my best friend. And I confide in them anytime I'm going through my vulnerable moment because I feel myself getting pent up, and I can feel myself like in my chest getting angry and feeling all that anger, and it's not a good feeling. But it feels so much better when I can talk to my godfather and my best friend about it.
That's
Pick up the phone. I like that she said that.
Thank you,
Pick
Mama.
up the phone. Everybody texting each other. They don't want to have a real moment.
But it's also, you can't be afraid to hear the truth, too. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. And sometimes you need to hear the truth, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's indifferent. You need those people around you that when you express yourself and you give your emotions, that will, if you need, handle you with kid gloves, but will also be truthful to you. 800-585-1051. If you're just joining us, we're talking about emotions. This came from Claudia Jordan, our co-host. And you were saying that you feel like people are not expressing themselves.
People are not. We're taking the shortcuts. We're expressing ourselves on social media in rants and memes, but we're not talking to the people we need to talk to, and I think it's causing major harm.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have Claudia Jordan here, our co-host. And if you just joined us, we're talking about people expressing their emotions. This came from Claudia Jordan, and she said she feels like people are not expressing their emotions. They feel like it's too cool, or they don't want to look soft, or all these other reasons.
Let me correct myself. The one emotion they are expressing is hate and anger.
Oh,
we get that all day on social media, but we don't have a balance. So we don't have like a lot like. It's like you're almost whack or corny for saying something positive. I try to encourage my people on my page. Just shout out someone positive. Just say something positive to someone. Go on someone's page and just leave a compliment. Because we're all out here just damaged and hurt, and no one's expressing themselves.
That's all it is, Claudia. Exactly what you said. Like, everybody's expressing so much hate and anger because everybody's hurt. Yeah. And everybody's projecting onto everybody instead of going to deal with their own hurt. Go get some healing for yourself. I guarantee you won't spend your time on social media being hurt and angry all day.
That's right.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Good morning. Talk to us. We're talking about emotions and feelings this morning.
I was just trying to say that everyone's too emotional. We should be able to tell each other the truth and let us enjoy one another or not, and not be offended. Because generally speaking, I care about people. So if I tell you have a booger in your nose, it's not because I'm trying to be mean or I'm all in your business. It's because I care about you. So I feel like we should get past being too sensitive. I've always grown up around verbal people, so I've always been verbal about what I think and how I feel. So people always call me rude or outspoken, and it's just me. So I feel like people are too sensitive.
I agree with what Claudia said, man. People are sensitive, but like you said, everybody's just angry and hateful. And I just think it's because they're hurt. I don't think they're sensitive at all. I just think that they're hurt and they're projecting on other people. But why are so many
people hurt? What do they hurt
over? I think it's more defensive than sensitive. It's more defensive. I don't think, because I think there's a lack of sensitivity, because we're not, being sensitive would be, I'd be able to put myself in your shoes. Right. I'd be able to put myself in your shoes. But if I'm defensive, I'm just hearing what you're saying. I'm just like lashing out and saying something.
But I also think this is an era of, and I hate to say it, that I think people want more clout. They want more likes. Facts. They want to be more known and more famous than really understanding what is making somebody tick or what's bothering somebody, or to try to handle a situation. You know what I mean? You look at a couple, they might be arguing, and where's the first place they put it? On social media.
Right.
So they don't really want to handle that situation. They want to expose that person, which I always thought was whack.
The things they're doing on social media, they should be doing in a therapist's office, because they're going on social media to go, see, they're wrong. They hurt me, and they want validation from social media. You should be doing that in your therapist's office, I think.
And then your therapist put that mirror in front of you and make you realize there's more you than anybody else.
That part.
All right. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? It's Hassan from Staten Island.
Hey.
What's up, brother? Talk to us.
Shaolin.
Yeah, what up in the building, yo? Salute to DJ Envy and Charlamagne. Yo, what I wanted to say was, you have to express yourself, or you will be a ticking time bomb out here.
That's right.
Either it's
No, you're right.
seeing a therapist or going in a car, screaming it out, you have to let it out some kind of way. Like, it's not lame to be a man and, like, let go of your emotions. Like, that's not lame.
Nah, I'm with you. It's definitely not lame to get your emotions off, and especially if you have a good group of people around you that you can do it and that you feel comfortable and safe, and they can tell you like it's the best feeling ever.
And fellas, I'm gonna tell you as a woman, it's one of the most attractive things that a man is open enough to tell you, like, I'm hurting, I'm going through something, and I want to tell it and share it with you. Mm-hmm. That is not whack.
So you never ever look at a man and say, you know, he's being too sensitive, or he's being too soft, or he's being a sucker.
I mean, if it's like, oh, I chipped a nail, I'm crying. Right, that's one thing. But if it's like I lost my job, my parents sick, I'm having issues with my kids, you know what I'm saying? It depends on what It depends on what it's about. But usually it's gonna be something major. You know what I mean?
Right. Hello, who's this?
Hey, B-Mom from the Metro, what's poppin'?
803, what's happening in the Met this morning?
Man, this ain't nothing but a good Monday morning, man.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us, man. We're talking feelings this morning, brother.
Well, I think you gotta express yourself, and I think the people who you are around, especially family and the people who are closest to you, especially after a long period of time and you live with them, they should have a respect for who you are. But certain situations just get to a time where it's family and friends or people, sometimes you have to compress yourself. It's not a good thing, but in certain spaces you go in, you have to be disciplined with your emotions as well. So as much as you do want to be yourself, sometimes you have to hide yourself.
Yeah, but in order to be disciplined with your emotions, you got to get a handle on your emotions first, right? Like, you know, you'd have to have had some type of work done where you know how to do your breathing exercises, or you know how to, like, you know, contain your emotions in certain situations. I don't like you saying suppress your but I can understand you saying there's a time and a place to express.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say compress like it's in a bad way, but that's a part of the work that, you know, I'm talking about, that you're talking about. It's like you have to train yourself in those situations, and if you can't put yourself in certain situations that you're not ready for, and even if you are ready for it, sometimes you just have to hold back. Like, that's what I be dealing with sometimes personally, like with my family. Like, I don't look at nothing like wrong with it because I've been like the black sheep. I just learned to appreciate it is what it is. I just got to learn how to operate in a space that is good for me.
And those are the things that therapy teaches people. That's why I be encouraging therapy so freaking much. Like, I saw somebody say this week, they said something to me, because I guess when Boosie was here, we were talking to Boosie, because Boosie's been going to therapy. And the person left a comment like, you know, how many times you supposed to go to therapy? Like, you know, there should be a cutoff time for therapy. And I'm like, who says that? That's like saying I go to the gym, and then when I get in shape, I just stop going.
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
No.
All right. Well, what's the moral to the story, guys?
It seems like we're all kind of in the same place, but nobody wants to go first and say, okay, I'll say it first. I'm hurt.
Oh, absolutely. Same. Listen.
And someone got to be the brave one. If you really care about your friend circle, your family circle,
right.
You got to be the one to say, I'm going to go first and I'll put mine on the table. And then here's a safe place for y'all to jump in.
And that's why I scream about going to therapy and dealing with your mental health so much, for that exact same reason. We are all a bunch of hurt people who need healing, and hurt people, but people that are on a journey of healing help other people to heal. So I want everybody to get on their journey of healing.
There you go. All right. Well,
I love you guys.
I love you.
We love you too.
Murder.
Oh, yeah, I can't tell.
What do you mean? We do.
Well, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about in the rumors?
Sorry, my bad. Oh, Drake. Card didn't go through. We're going to talk about it.
Damn.
Drake card got declined?
Yeah, that part.
It's happened to all of us before.
We'll
We'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.